Now in lesson number 2, that is final account of partnership, we will be seeing that is question number 9. Parthiv and Priya are partners of a partnership firm. Okay, the sum is on page number 79. Okay, now see what they have given in this particular sum. That is Parthiv and Priya are the partners of a partnership firm from the trial balance dated 31st/3/2017 and adjustment prepare final account of the partnership firm. See here they have given a trial balance which is in account form. Okay, that is this side is debit side and this side is credit side. Fine. Here the total of your balance sheet is tallied. Then note they have given that net cost of purchase means adjusted purchases. It means already plus minus whatever is there in this purchases they have done, and they have then given you that is the net cost of purchases. Fine. Next adjustment, provide interest 8% on capital and 12% on drawing. So see, first of all there is interest on capital and drawing. So here there is an adjustment, so tick mark your drawings. Capital also there is an adjustment, so tick mark your capital first of all. Parthiv had withdrawn 400 at the end of each month and Priya had withdrawn on 110/60. See, this is related to withdrawn. It means it is related to drawing. So when you are doing, so here just remember that whenever they have given that withdrawn, okay, and separately they have mentioned for both the partners. So again you have to see, that is in the working note you have to consider this line whenever you are calculating, that is 12% on drawings. Okay, do not directly calculate on the amounts of drawing, that is 4800 and 3200. You have to see this note also. Clear? Second adjustment, credit sales of 10,000 is not recorded. See, credit sales of 10,000 is not recorded. First till see here only, till here there will be two adjustment. Okay, that is credit sales of 10,000 is not recorded. It means it is unrecorded sales. Okay, unrecorded sales, so you will be adding it in sales. So see here there is sales. Okay, so you will take this sales. Now sales are connected to always dated. I have told daters that I have told you, remember SD and PC, that is sales is connected to debtors and purchases are connected to creditors. So sales are always connected to debtors. So the second entry for this, that is unrecorded sales, it will be also added in debtors. So see, where is your debtors? This is your debtors, that is receivables. And I have told you that there are different name for the debtors, that is debtors, receivable, customers and dues. Okay, that is I have given in the previous video. Then here what they have given, and total of sales book. Next further, okay, so credit sales is not recorded. It means this is your unrecorded sales. Okay, so, and this will be added. Fine, both in sales and in debtors. Next is total of sales book of March is overcast by 2000 rupees. See, it is overcast. Okay, by mistake वो गलती से ज़्यादा हो गया है, that is overcast. Fine, so this you will be deducted, you will deduct this from sales. So again there is an adjustment on sales, so again go and tick mark one more tick mark on sales. Fine, now see, just remember that whenever there is overcast and undercast, there will be always only one entry. Fine, normally each adjustment has two entry, but here overcast and undercast it will be having only one entry. Do not apply this concept here in this case, overcast and undercast. Okay, if there is overcast it will be deducted. If it is undercast, undercast means kam hai, so here it will be added in sales. Okay, but the entry for overcast and undercast will go to only sales account. It won't be going to debtors account. Second effect you won't give for this entry. Okay, next, write off additional bad debt 2000 and provide 5% bad debt reserve on debtors. So both these adjustments you have to calculate on debtors. So here you will be tick marking, that is receivables. Fine, that is your debtors. Okay, so two tick marks you will put here. Then next is furniture of 4000 become obsolete. See, meaning of obsolete is useless. आपके कोई काम का नहीं है वो. Okay, so it means that is useless. So obsolete means useless. So there will be again two entry for this. One, you will deduct from furniture. So total furniture and fitting is of 10,000. Okay, out of this, so here you will put the tick mark on furniture and fitting. This 10,000 is total furniture, you are having 10,000. Now this 4,000 furniture is of no use. So what you will do, you will deduct 4,000 from this 10,000. So this furniture will be deducted from this total furniture. Now this has become useless for you, so it is your loss. So second entry will be of your loss and it will be going to P&L account. Okay, that is debit side. So one entry will be going here, furniture and fitting. The other entry will be going to profit and loss account, that is on debit side, because it is one type of loss. Fine. Next, a court has finalized claim of 4,000 for not meeting agreement to provide goods to a customer. See, you were supposed to provide the goods to a customer. आपको customers को एक certain date पे goods पहुंचाने थे. Fine. Now you are unable to meet this agreement. So that particular party has taken you to the court. Okay, and court has finalized a claim that you are supposed to pay rupees 4,000 to him as a penalty. Fine. So now this is your penalty. It will be expense for you. So one entry will go to profit and loss account debit side because it is an expense. See, you are going to pay in future, so it will be your liability. So on liability side you will write down that is court claim. Fine. So here there will be again two entry. One entry as an expense penalty, it will be going to profit and loss account debit side. Other entry you are supposed to pay in future, so right now it is your liability, so one entry will go to liability side. Fine. Next, sixth entry, outstanding wages of 2,000 is recorded to wages account. See, in trading account, wages account, the effect has been given. Okay, now outstanding wages is recorded to wages account. It means, see, every entry has two, every adjustment has two entry. Okay, two effect. So one is already done. ओके ये तुमको पता है कि हर एडजस्टमेंट की दो एंट्री है, एक ऑलरेडी हो चुकी है. इट मीन्स यू हैव टू डू नाउ ओनली वन एंट्री, बट आउटस्टैंडिंग वेजेस इज नॉट रिकॉर्डेड इन द ट्रायल बैलेंस. इट मीन्स, सी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दिस इज योर trading account. Okay, normally we write down year wages. Okay, they have already added year. Fine, they have already added your outstanding wages, and I have taught you in the first video that outstanding will be always added. Now according to this concept, where it will go, so see here it is on which side, that is left hand side. Okay, so in balance sheet it will be going to the same side. See, plus plus, I have told you that plus plus same side. So in balance sheet it will be on the same side, that is here you will record outstanding wages. Okay, plus plus same side. So see here it is on left hand side, so in balance sheet also it will be on left hand side only. Okay, so you have to record only one entry, that is you have to record in the balance sheet. Only here you will be recording that is outstanding wages. Okay, because one entry is already recorded here. Fine. Now out of this, see, two entries are such, that is one is this entry outstanding wages, and here there is a overcast entry. Okay, that is for this sales book is overcast. For this also you are giving one effect. See, the amount is same, 2,000 and 2,000. Okay, so please remember that whenever there is overcast or undercast, there will be some other entry which will be a compensating entry. Okay, because one side only, this is having only one entry, so then this also will have only one entry. So one entry, it will have, it has become a compensatory entry. Okay, it is compensating each other. The amount 2,000 is been compensated on both the side. Okay, that is one is on debit side and one is coming on credit side, so it has been compensated. Fine. So just remember that whenever such kind of entry is there, overcast or undercast, there will be another entry which will be having only one effect, or there will be suspense account. Okay, so please remember this also. Now we'll be doing the sum, as we have put the tick marks. Now after doing the tick marks, what you will be doing, you will do the posting of your trial balance. Fine. First, see what is there. Drawings is there, Parthiv and Priya. Okay, drawings, as this is related to partner, it will also go to partner's capital account. Okay, so this you will be recording on partner's capital. Now see, these all items are on debit side, so it will be going to debit side only. Okay, either trading account debit side, P&L account debit side, or partner's capital account debit side, or on asset side. Fine. So first there is drawing. So it is related to partner, so you will record here in partner's capital account. Okay, first you will prepare like this format, that is trading account of partnership firm of Parthiv and Priya for the year ending. See, here you will write down for the year ending. Okay, same way here also profit and loss. Okay, for the year ending, then profit and loss appropriation of partnership firm of Parthiv and Priya for the year ending, then here partner's capital. Here no need to write down for the year ending and everything, partnership name. Okay, and then in balance sheet, of partnership firm Parthiv and Priya. Here you will write down not for the firm ending, but you will write down as on 31st/3/2017. Liabilities, amount, asset and amount. Here you are not supposed to show debit and credit, whereas in each and every account you have to write down debit, credit, debit, credit. Okay, see here, debit, credit, debit, credit. Okay, it is a part of your answer. Fine. Now see, drawings are there. Drawings we will record here. Okay, that is 2 drawings account. Okay, for Parthiv it is 4800 and for Priya it is 3200. So here in Parthiv column 4800 and for Priya it is 3200. Please always see the name and properly enter the amount. Okay, because sometimes they are giving up and down also. Okay, here they have mentioned Priya and Parthiv, and here they have mentioned Parthiv and Priya. So see the name properly and then record the amounts. Next is net cost of purchase. Now see, already it is net cost. It means it is adjusted purchase. Adjusted purchase means already plus and minus is done in purchase. But see, one entry is here, that is goods distributed as sample, which we have to deduct from purchases. So this amount will be, you will be writing in the inner column. Okay, so always see whenever there is net cost or adjusted purchase, your opposite side, in short, always see that if opposite side there is some item which is related to goods distributed as sample, or goods destroyed in fire, or goods withdrawn for personal use, always see on credit side if there is any entry related to goods, it will be deducted from the purchases. Fine. So this entry we will go for, will go to trading account. We will write down here. Okay, the first line we will keep empty. So if there is any opening stock, so for that, okay, if it is not there, then we'll put dash in the outer column. So first line here we have kept for 2 opening stock. Then next 2 net cost of purchases account. Okay, please write down 2 whenever you are writing on debit side, and at the end account. Okay, so 2 net cost of purchase account. The amount is given to you, that is 1,06,000. We will write down in the inner column because opposite side there is an entry which is related to goods. So here goods distributed as sample 2,000, we will deduct from this. So here goods distributed as sample. Okay, so here 2,000 we have deducted. See, now there is no more entry which is will be coming in purchase. Okay, as there is no tick mark in purchase. Fine here. So here directly 1,06,000 minus 2,000. So in the outer column we will write down, that is 1,04,000. Fine. Then see the next amount. Item stock of goods. See, this date 31st/3/17 and this date 31st/3/17 is same. Fine. So as both the dates are same, it means this is your closing stock. Okay, now closing stock, whenever it is given in trial balance, it will be having only one effect. See, trial balance items only one effect, adjustment items there will be 2 effect. Fine. So here what they have given, stock of goods, and this is your closing stock as year 31st/3/17, and here also when the dates are same 31st/3/17, 31st/3/17, it means it is your, that is closing stock. Fine. Now closing stock, this will be having only one entry. Okay, now if you have confusion, see, so normally closing stock, here there is opening stock, so here there will be closing stock on credit side of trading account. Now see, the debit item cannot come to credit side. Fine, that is a rule. The debit items are always to be recorded on debit side only. Okay, so here it cannot be recorded here, so obviously you have only one option, that it will go to asset side, as closing stock is having 2 entries. For example, if closing stock is given to you in adjustment, it will be having 2 effect. One here trading account credit side, and one in balance sheet asset side. So credit side is not possible for us because here it is given to you in your trial balance, so only one effect, that one effect will go to asset side. So here you will write down closing stock on asset side. Fine. The amount of closing stock is 28,000. So here write down 28,000. Fine. Always put scale and keep your straight, so you can understand that what are the amounts. Okay, sometimes if the amounts are up and down, then the whole sum might get wrong. So always keep scale and see the sum. Next is receivable. See, receivable means debtors. Debtors are how much? 48,000. There are 3 tick marks. Okay, so first of all, debtors are recorded always on asset side. So here you will record, okay, in the middle, that is debtors, or you can also write down that is receivables. Okay, the amount is 48,000. So here we will write down 48,000. Now see, there are 3 tick marks. So here you will leave 3 lines by putting minus sign. Minus can be converted into plus. Fine. So like this you will put the 3 lines and then you will leave right now. Okay, when the adjustments will come, then we will see this. After receivable there is wages and salary, that is 10,000. See, here wages word is coming first, so this will go to trading account. Suppose here they have given salary and wages, so salary word is coming first, so it will go to P&L account. Again I am repeating, if salary word is coming first, it will go to P&L account. If wages word is coming first, it will go to wages trading account. Wages पहले है तो trading में लिखोगे, salary पहले है तो P&L में लिखोगे. Fine. So your wages, okay, so 10,000, it will be going to trading account, and there is no tick mark, so directly outside wages, salary account, amount is 10,000. See, if tick mark is not there, you will put the amounts in the outer column. Okay, if tick mark is there, then in the inner column. Next, trading expenses. See, name is trading, it will never come to trading expense, trading account. Okay, just remember like this. Trading expenses है, trading में कभी नहीं आएगा, it will be going to P&L account, because trading expenses means one type of selling expenses. Okay, and the expenses which are related to sales, that is always going to, that is P&L account. Okay, so trading expenses P&L account, the amount is, that is 16,000. So in P&L account here, okay, so here to trading expenses account, that is amount is 16,000. Fine. No need to keep the titles, okay, in P&L account, that this is administrative expenses, this is sales and distribution expenses. No need to keep the titles, you can write down directly also. Next is building. So building is an asset, there is no tick mark, so building 50,000, directly in the outer column you will write down. So see here, this is asset side. Building we can write down in short like this, BLDG. Okay, amount directly in the outer column, that is 50,000. Okay, next, that is furniture and fitting. Again, furniture and fitting. Furniture is one type of asset. Okay, asset, so 10,000. So here tick mark is there, so we will write down in the inner column furniture and fitting. See, the amount items which you are writing in asset and liability, no need to write down account word at the end or to or by. Okay, because this is not an account, it is one type of statement. Balance sheet is one type of statement. Okay, so here 10,000 inner column, because there is an adjustment, so minus and leave the line. Okay, next is office equipment. Office equipment. Now see, this is not office expense. Many students are getting confused and you are recording this in P&L account. It will never come to P&L account. Office equipment. Equipment means चीज़ें जो आपने ऑफिस में रखी हुई है. For example, cupboard, table, chair, okay, furniture, whatever, the things which are being kept in office. Okay, so your office equipments means it is one type of asset. Okay, so office equipment will come to asset side, as there is no tick mark, so directly you can write down in the outer column. So your asset side in balance sheet, office equipment, the amount is 4,000. Okay, equipments, so the amount is 4,000 directly in the outer column. Next, packaging material stock. See, it is one type of stock and stock goes to asset side. Okay, so packing material stock 4,000, it will be going to asset side. Here you will record in the asset side in balance sheet. Okay, so here we will write down packing material stock, that is 4,000. Fine. Then cash balance. Again, cash balance is an asset, the amount is 2,000, so on asset side, so here cash balance 2,000 will record on asset side. Fine. Next, coming on to credit side. Okay, debit side, all the items are over. So now we will be moving to credit balance. Okay, credit side, there is first of all capital account. See, capital account, it is related to partner, so it will come to partner's capital account, and this is capital. So here we will write down, see, for capital, do not write down by capital account. We are writing by balance brought down, okay, or brought forward. So for Parthiv it is 24,000, and for Priya it is 16,000. Fine. So in capital, always write down by balance brought down. After that, see, there is sales. Okay, two tick marks are there, so you will write down the amount in the inner column. Sales is always going to trading account. As this is credit balance, see the amount capital, it goes to credit side. So same way, sales also will be coming to credit side. So debit side items are going to debit side, credit side items are going to credit side. Okay, so here by sales account. Fine. Amount is, that is 2 lakh. So here I'll write down that is 2 lakh. Okay, and here put 2. Okay, 2 adjustments are there, so put 2 minus and then leave the line. Okay. Next, payables. See, as receivables are debtors, okay, receivables are debtors, so payables are your creditors, and there is no tick mark, so you will put in the inner column. So creditors 30,000 on liabilities, in that is in balance sheet. Okay, and on liability side, so here you will write down simply creditors, tick marks are not there, so directly outer column, that is 30,000. Fine. Next is goods distributed as sample, that is already recorded. Okay, so no need to record it again. Bank overdraft, again bank overdraft is your liability. Okay, 14,000, so it will go to liability side. So your liability side, that is bank overdraft. Okay, the amount is 14,000, and this you all know that asset is debit and liability is credit. See, till here debit credit, debit credit, debit credit. Okay, but here it is first credit and then it is debit. Fine. So all the adjustments are over here. Fine. Oh, sorry, not adjustment, the effect of trial balance is over here. Now we'll be moving on to the adjustment. So see, first adjustment, provide interest 8% on capital. So on capital, first you have to calculate 8% interest. See, capital we have written here, by balance brought down. Okay, so as capital is here, so the interest on capital will also come here. Okay, now as we are starting the adjustment, each and every adjustment has 2 effect. Fine. So by interest on capital account. Okay, in short we will write down interest int on capital CAP and then account. They have calculated how much, so 8% interest you have to calculate. So 24,000 on that 8%. So see here, 24,000 into 8%. Okay, it is coming to 1920. Fine. Then on next is, that is Priya. So Priya amount is 16,000. So 16,000 into 8%. So it will be coming, that is 1280. Fine. Now see, what you have to do, this 2. Okay, the addition of this 2 will go here, that is opposite side in P&L approach. See, please remember, except capital and drawing, or additional capital and additional drawing, these 4 items, whatever you are recording here, it will go the reverse entry here, and if things are coming here, then the reverse entry will go here, except 4 items: capital, drawing, additional capital if there is any, or additional drawing if there is any. Okay, except these 4 items, whatever you are recording in partner's capital account, the effect the opposite effect will be going to P&L appro account. So here it is on credit side, so opposite here in P&L appro it will be going to debit side. So that is 2 interest on capital account. Please do not waste your time in writing Parthiv and Priya and then addition of both. Directly you can put the amount in the outer column. There is no separate marks for this. Okay, so don't waste your time. So directly here, see, already calculations are there on my calculator. Okay, I'll press GT button. So that is the total of this two, 1920 and 1280 is coming to 3200. Okay, so what care you have to take when you are calculating for the first partner. After calculating the amount for the first partner, do not press on button. Do the for calculation for the second partner in continuation, and at the end you will press that is GT button. So here you are getting 3200. Here we will write down that is 3200. Okay, so this is your first entry. Fine. Then next, see afterwards what they have given, 12% on drawing. Now see, if suppose this line is not there, okay, Parthiv had withdrawn and Priya had withdrawn, these lines are not there, then simply same you would have done like this, as drawing is here. So here I would have written that is to interest on drawing account. Okay, to interest on drawing account, 12% is there. Okay, so here I would have written 12%. So 4800 into 12%, 3200 into 12%. Whatever amounts are coming, I would have record here, and the opposite effect will go here. But see here, please do not do like this, because here there is extra information given to you. Okay, so because of this extra information, you have to do the calculation separately. Okay, so what you will do here, see what they have told, Parthiv had withdrawn 400 at the end of the each month. Okay, here the calculation is to be done on the monthly basis. Suppose this 400 amount is not given to you, then what you would have done, so here see they have given for Parthiv the amount is 4800. So 4800 divided by 12. Okay, what you are getting, you are getting 400. So here this 400 is we got. Okay, so suppose if here the entry is given like this, that Parthiv had withdrawn at the end of each month, amount is not mentioned, so how you will bring the amount? So 4800, this is for annual amount, so monthly amount how you will get? So 4800 divided by 12, so you will be getting that is monthly amount, that is 400. Now see, here they have mentioned end. Okay, so what you will do, go to working note. Okay, see first of all we will write down here. Okay, that is your first working note, that interest on drawings. Okay, so here what they have given, first we will be calculating for Parthiv. Okay, for Parthiv they have given that is related to end. Okay, so this I have taught you in lesson number 1. Okay, that whenever they have given beginning, you have to take that is 72 upon 12. Middle is there, so decrease it by 6, that is, so you will be getting that is, sorry, here you have to start by 78, that is beginning is always 78, then when you will reduce it you will be getting that is 72 by 12, and ending is there, so there will be 66 by 12. Okay, so always remember that the beginning is 78, then minus 6, so it will be 72, again minus 6, so it will be 66. So beginning, then middle, and then there will be ending. Fine, so here you have to remember, as they have given end, so you have to take into calculation that is 66 upon 12, and here do not take the yearly amount, that is 4800. You have to do the calculation on 400 only. So if 400 is not given, I have told you how to calculate 4800 divided by 12. Okay, so 400 multiply by, the rate of interest is 12, multiplied by ending period is 66, so 66 upon 12, and then as you are calculating interest, so you have to put 100, that is I is equals to PRN upon 100. Okay, principal amount is 400, rate of interest is 12%, number that is 66 upon 12, number of years or number of period. Okay, and then 100. Okay, now what you will be calculating, so 400 into 12 into 6 and divide it by 1200. Please divide it by 1200. Okay, here to directly also we can get, but do on calculator when you are using calculator. So 400 into 12 into 66 divided by 1200. Okay, so you will be getting that is 264. So here 264 rupees we are getting interest on drawing for Parthiv. Okay, now this amount 264 you will put here, that is 264. Fine, now for Priya, what they have told you, they have given a date. Okay, they have not mentioned beginning, middle or ending, so do not do like that. Okay, so here for Priya what they have given you a date. Date is 1/10/16. So see, if I calculate from 1/10/16, so 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so till March ending it is coming how much? 6 months. So here I have to calculate for the interest for 6 months. Okay, so now for here how we will do? So see, here we have taken 400 because here they have mentioned that it is the ending period, so you have taken only the amount on monthly basis. Here they have not mentioned like this anything that is beginning, ending or middle. So here you will take the annual amount. So the annual amount for Priya is 3200. So what you will do here? 3200 into 12% first. Okay, so see, 3200 into 12%, that is you are getting 384. Now as there is 6 months, so divided by 2. Okay, or you can even do that is 6 upon 12. So 6, when you are doing 6 upon 12, so 6 2s are. Okay, so whenever there is 6 months, directly divided by 2. Whenever there is 8 months, 4 months, 9 months, so then you can write down that into 8 upon 12 or into 3 upon 12. But whenever 6 months are there, so directly divided by 2. So you are divided by 2. You are getting that is 192 rupees. Okay, so here you are getting that is 192. Fine. So here the addition of this two, again 264 plus 192. Okay, so that will go to reverse side, that is here it is on two sides, so here it will be on buy side. Buy interest on drawing account. Fine. Now if I press here GT button, okay, see here the calculation you will not get, because here we have done 3 types of calculation. First there was that is this amount, then 384 and then 192. So it is doing the addition of everything. Okay, so better do it again, that is 264 plus 192. So you are getting that is 456. So here you will write down 456. Fine. So please do not press GT button as we have done here. Okay, for interest on drawing. Okay, now moving on to next calculation, that next adjustment, that is first adjustment is over. Now we will see the second adjustment. Credit sales of 10,000 is not recorded. See, sales is not recorded, it means it is unrecorded sales. Unrecorded sales, so we will be adding, as it is unrecorded sales, so you will be adding it on both the side, that is one in sales and one is in debtors. So first we'll go to sales, that is, see how much, 10,000. Okay, so here you will go to sales. See, you have to add, so plus unrecorded sale, the amount is 10,000. Okay, here you have added, so sales are connected to debtors. Okay, so in debtors on asset side you will go. Here also what you will do, plus unrecorded sale. Okay, so here also that is 10,000. Fine, here also you will add. So this one entry is over. Then total of sales book is overcast by 2000. See, I have told you only one entry will be done. Overcast ज़्यादा हो गया, तो what you will do, you will deduct it. Okay, so from sales you will deduct, that is minus overcast, you will write down. Okay, it is by how much? So overcast by 2000. So here I will write down, so I have written that it is 2000. Now we will do the plus minus. Okay, so here what they have given, see, first there is 2 lakh, okay, plus 10,000 and minus 2000. So you will be getting that is 2 lakh 8,000. So see here 2 lakh plus 10,000 minus 2000. So here we are getting 2 lakh 8,000. So here in the outer column you will write down 2 lakh 8,000. Fine. Again I am repeating, for unrecorded sale there is 2 entry, for overcast there will be only 1 entry. Next adjustment, that is write off additional bad debt of rupees 2000. So see, bad debt is how much? 2000. Okay, so here you will go to debtors. Okay, and here you will write down minus BD, that is 2000. Fine. And then they have given, that is provide 5% bad debt reserve on debtors. So now I have to calculate, that is minus BDR. See, for bad debt and for BDR you have to keep, that is minus only. Okay, because you are, see, BD, bad debt, it is your loss, so you have to deduct bad debt reserve. BDR means bad debt reserve. You are keeping some amount aside for bad debt, that if in future bad debt is there, so as an reserve you are keeping this amount separately. Okay, somewhere. in the business. So this also you will be deducting. Here they have told you to calculate, that is 5%. So this amount you will calculate not on 48,000. Clear? This BDR we will calculate whatever left out balance we are getting here, on that you have to calculate. So 48 plus 10, that is 58,000. 58 minus 2,000, so you are getting, that is 56,000. Fine. So whatever the remaining balance you are getting, on that you will be calculating 5%. So see, 56,000, okay, into 5%, press multiple sign, okay, so 2,800, and now minus and then is equals to, so 53,200. okay, again I am showing you 56,000 minus multiply by 5%, okay, so 2,800, and then 50 minus and then is equals to, so 53,200. see, if you are pressing directly minus 56,000 minus 5%, you will get directly this amount, okay, which we are writing in the outer column. So first you will press multiple, you will get this amount 2,800, write down here, and then minus is equals to, so you will get this 53,200. clear? Now these two effects, okay, the another effect of BD and BDR. So we will draw here the format, okay, that is, this is your P&L account. So here 2 BD, then again BD, then BDR, and then BDR. 2 times BD and 2 times BDR. Then here T, A, and T, plus, and the last will be minus. See, I have taught you that debit amounts are going always on debit side. But see, this amount is this is on debit side, but here there is minus sign. So in trial balance, okay, when you are, they are giving you trial balance, so BDR you will get here, okay. So here see why, because here there is minus sign, okay. So as here there is minus sign, this amount of BDR trial balance, it won't be given to you on debit side, but it will be given to you on credit side, okay. That we'll see further in next sum, okay. So see, BD was how much? Additional bad debt, it was 2,000. So 2,000. See, what do you mean by this T and A? T stands for trial balance, adjustment. So this BD and BDR, okay, this two BD and BDR, it is coming because of adjustment. So here we will write down, that is in front of A. So here 2,000 and here 2,800, okay. Here there was no amount for trial balance, okay. So directly addition of this two, that will be 4,800 in the outer column. Clear? Next adjustment they have given, furniture of 4,000 become obsolete. Obsolete means useless, it is of no use now. So deduct it, okay, from the total furniture. See, total furniture is this, okay, that is 10,000. Inner column we have already written. So now it is obsolete, okay, obsolete, so it is useless, that is of 4,000. So in the outer column there will be only 6,000, that is 10,000 minus 4,000. So here there will be 6,000. See, now this is obsolete, okay, it has become obsolete. Now it is your loss. आपका फर्नीचर बिल्कुल यूजलेस हो गया, तो आपको क्या हुआ? लॉस हुआ, ओके. सो एज इट इज़ योर लॉस, इट विल गो टू P&L अकाउंट डेबिट साइड. Another way of seeing how you will get to know, minus I have taught you opposite side. So here it is on this side, so in P&L it will be on this side, that is left hand side, okay. So see, it will be coming here, okay. In asset it is here, so opposite will be this side, okay. Please do not see debit and credit like that. Always see right hand side and left hand side, okay. So here it is on right hand side, so here in P&L it will be going to left hand side, that is here only we will write down, that is to obsolete, sorry, to obsolete furniture, or even you can write down that is to loss on furniture account. Fine, that also you can write down. The amount is 4,000. See, the loss of furniture to you was of 4,000. Fine, obsolete furniture is 4,000. So here you will put that is amount 4,000. Next, see, a court has finalized claim of 4,000 for not meeting agreement to provide goods to a customer. You were supposed to make the goods you were supposed to get the goods available to the customers on a certain date. Okay, you are not giving that on that certain date, so that customer is taking you to the court and the court is telling you to pay the penalty to that particular customer. So that penalty is of rupees 4,000. As this you are supposed to pay, it will be your expense. So your P&L account debit side one entry will go. Okay, P&L account debit side expenses. So here that is 2, that is court claim account, that is 4,000. Okay, see this claim you are supposed to pay to the customer in future, so it will be your liability. Okay, so another entry will come to liability side in balance sheet, that is court claim of rupees 4,000. Fine, so these two entries are over. Next, outstanding wages is recorded to wages. See, one entry is already done. Now only the another one you have to do. So the another one will be going to balance sheet. Okay, that is liability side, because outstanding wages is an expense. You will pay this expense in future. Okay, because right now it is outstanding. Okay, or even you can see that plus same side. So here on trading account this side, so balance sheet also there will be this side. So the second entry of this outstanding wages, okay, will come here, that is outstanding wages, the amount is 2,000. Okay, another way also I have taught you that outstanding expenses you have to learn that it is always on liability side. So here the opposite outstanding expense, it will be outstanding income. Now income come this side and expense come this side. So income, so it is pre-received and it is pre-paid. Like this also you can remember the things. Okay, like this you can write down in pencil and then you can rub it off. Okay, so this way you can remember that outstanding wages. See, one entry is already done in wages account, so you have to give only one entry and the another entry will come to liability side. Okay, because this overcast and this outstanding wages is a compensating entry. Fine. Another thing, always remember, see this side there will be always expenses and this side there will be always incomes. Okay, expenses or losses, income or gain. Same way in profit and loss account also, this side expenses and losses and this side there will be incomes and gains. Okay, now here the sum gets over. Okay, all the adjustments we have done. Now we have to do only the totaling work. So see, first always see the things are out in outer column or not. See here purchases, okay, sales are also in the outer column. Here BD is already in the outer column. Here in asset and liability you will always see that debtors and creditors are always in outer column. Okay, wherever there is minus or plus, the things should be in outer column. Okay, so before closing just check it once. So here see, we will do the total. Here there is only one amount, so that is 2,08,000. Fine, so here also 2,08,000. Now see, here there is no opening stock, so there will be dash. So 2,08,000 minus 1,04,000 and 10,000. So 1,04,000 minus 10,000. So you are getting that is 94,000. So as we are getting 94,000, this 94,000 we will write down here. Okay, this is your gross profit. Okay, in the trading account, whatever we are getting this side, that is our gross profit. This side, if you are getting the remaining amount, when you will get this side, when this side is greater, okay, debit side is greater, then the difference you will get this side, that will be your gross loss. Your credit side is greater, so the difference we are getting on debit side, so this is our profit, to gross profit account. Now this profit will be taken to the next account. Okay, so it is compulsory that after trading there will be only profit and loss account will be prepared. So here it is on two side, so in the next account it will go to buy side, that is buy gross profit account, that is 94,000. Okay, now we will close here. This side is greater, so 94,000. Okay, as only one item is there on this side, so here there will be 94,000. Again we will write down the same 94,000 here. Now deduct one by one each item from 94,000. Okay, 94,000 is already on our calculator. So minus 16,000 minus 4,800 minus 4,000 minus 4,000. So here you are getting 65,200. So here 65,200, and this will be our to net profit account. Fine. Same way here, as in trading you will be getting gross profit, in P&L you will be getting net profit. Suppose this side, debit side, is greater, then you will be getting loss, that is by net loss account. Okay, so whatever the difference you will get here, we will treat it as net loss. Now this is your profit. Fine. It is here on two sides. So the next account is P&L approach, so it will go to buy side. So see, here we will write down that is by net profit account. Okay, so each profit is to be transferred to the next account, that is 65,200. Okay, now here there are only two items. Okay, again see, this side is only greater, so here again we'll put the sign 65,200 plus 456. So it is 65,656. Again both the side we will write down 65,656 minus, that is 3,200. So minus 3,200. You're getting, that is 62,456. So this we will record here. Okay, that is 62,456. Okay. So in P&L approach now there will be, that is 2 divisible profit account. Fine. So see, in first account you will get gross profit, in the next you will get net profit, in the third you will get, that is divisible profit. So this should be in a sequence only. Now after P&L there is partners capital account. See, now after this there are two partners, so here it is on two sides. So here it will be on the next, in the next account it will be on buy side. So see here, two divisible profit. So here I will write down by divisible profit account. But see, here there is one amount and here there are two partners. So again this amount now I have to distribute in both the partners, that is Parthiv and Priya. See, in the, when the sum started they have not given anything. Okay, that how the profit will be distributed. Okay, in the whole sum they have not given the ratio. So here the P&L ratio will be equally as nothing is mentioned. This we have studied in, that is in a theoretical. Okay, the theoretical part. So that is whenever the ratio is not mentioned, you have to distribute the ratio among the partner, that is equally. So equally, so simply divide it by 2. Okay, this amount was there on our calculator, that is 31228. So 31,228, 31,228. So now this will come here, that is 31,228, 31,228. Okay, now we will close, that is our partners capital. Okay, first we'll do for any one partner. Suppose first I am taking, that is Priya. Okay, so 31228 is already on calculator. Okay, so plus next item is 1280 plus 16,000. So the total is coming, that is 48,508. This is for Priya. So go here, write down the same thing for Priya, that is 48,508. Now deduct this too. So minus 3,200 and minus 192. So the amount for Priya is coming, that is 45,116. Okay, so here I will write down, that is 45,116, that is 2 balance carried down. See here, as I have written, so see, this we are getting for one partner, that is Priya. Okay, same way what you will do now, you will do the addition of Parthiv from credit side. Okay, because this side is only greater. So see what you are getting here, that is 24,000 plus 1920 plus 31,228. So you are getting, that is 57,148. So here also I will write down 57,148. Now we will deduct this too. So minus 4800 and minus 264. Okay, so you are getting that is 52,084. So here 52,084. Okay, so again that is two balance carried out. See here there is brought down, so here there will be carried down, that is closing balance, and this is your opening balance. Okay, now this two. Okay, so here from here it will be going to liability side. See capital, this is your remaining, see this is your closing capital. Okay, and capital always goes to credit side. Okay, this you all know that capital always goes to credit side. Or you can even remember that from here, see the things here it is left out, so it is coming here. Okay, now the thing which is left out here, debit side, so see this is the amount on debit side. So now where it will go to credit side. See this is your liability and liability is your credit side. Or simply remember that closing capital always goes to liability side, that is capital always goes to credit side, and liability is your credit side. So here you will write down capital. Okay, capital of that is Parthiv and Priya. Okay, 52084 45116. Okay, so now the addition of this two, 52084 is already on screen, plus 45116. So the addition of both of them is 97,200. Fine. Now you will be doing the total, but please remember always do the total of asset side first. Okay, if suppose by chance in exam your amount is not tallying debit liability side and asset side, so whatever you are getting on asset side you will write down here on liability side, because at least that total marking you will get. Okay, so see now you will do the total of your, that is asset side. Okay, so 50,000 plus 6,000 plus 4,000 plus 53,200 plus 28,000 plus 4,000 plus 2,000. Okay, that is 1,47,200. Fine. Now from this side deduct one by one. Okay, so from this only minus 97,200 minus 30,000 minus 14,000 minus 4,000 minus 2,000. Okay, see 0 you are getting on the calculator, it means the amounts are, so here the amounts are tallied. Okay, so here also we are getting 1,47,200. Okay, as we are getting 0 on calculator. Okay, see why I told you that here whatever you are getting on asset side, if suppose in exam you are not getting that total tallied of liability and asset side, then whatever you are getting on asset side please record the same thing, because see this capital you are bringing on the basis of the profit which is coming from trading account, gross profit to net profit, then net profit to divisible profit. So there is chances that this is wrong. Okay, but this is normally always right. Okay, so this total is always same. Okay, so here whatever, see this total is always mostly correct, so please write down the same total here whatever you are getting in the exam. And here in exam, board exam, okay, the sum will be carrying 11 marks. Okay, 4 right ticks will be giving you 1 mark, so total 44 ticks will be there in this particular sum. Okay, they will make a sum in exam as if there will be only 44 ticks. Okay, so for 4 ticks you will be getting 1 mark in board exam. Fine, hope the sum is clear.